Hi everybody, this is Diane. It's time for another installment of my personal journals that I've created and kept for myself. I'm gonna shut my door. Sorry, air conditioner just kicked on. So today I'm going to go through my single signature journals. I have some in the traveler's notebook size, some in a wider size, and some in a taller size. I want to start with what's inside this little fabric pouch that I made. These are made with magazine covers. And this was made with a piece of linen, and I just added this crochet piece to it. So this is, I don't know if this is a cover or just a page. I think they're just pages. Featuring the artist Corey Dantini. Love her art. I have fabric with her characters on it. I've made some journals with it, and I still have some pieces left. And I don't think that's Corey Dantini, but there's a lot of art journal pages in here. Just a 7 Gypsies tag in there. And I haven't used this journal. So we can take a little time. I go through the ones I've written in quickly because of my personal writing. This was cut from one of the magazines. That's Corey Dantini. Well, I did not ever realize that I stamped that upside down. So I can stamp it again and just on something else and glue it down there. This one is a piece of paper. It was an image cut from the magazine and 2 fabrics sewn together. You can't skip and be unhappy at the same time. That's true, because if I'm unhappy, I don't feel like skipping. And there's another one of these tags inside the glassine envelope. That's number 1. This one I don't think was originally stored in that book because I tied it with a ribbon. This is the cover of a Bella Grace magazine. They always have a beautiful image on the front and then this quote on the back of every magazine. We believe an ordinary life can be extraordinary. There is beauty in imperfection, and that magic can be found in the everyday. I added a metal book plate there, and I didn't use this one either. This is the inside cover of the magazine. There's some little scissors on a bulb pin. One of the Edith Holden, it's the first Edith Holden book I ever had, and I'd never heard of her before. And I don't think I was creating junk journals when I bought it, but it's a smaller size, and it has, the illustrations are brown instead of colored. But it's still pretty. Bella Grace often has prompts for journaling. My home sweet home sounds. So I put that in there so I can use it. And I made this years ago. This is a handkerchief, little collage there. Love the typewriter. I made this double-sided tag, fabric tag, and sewed it on as a flip. It doesn't really have a theme, just stuff I like the deer and the house. I love the colors on this tag, so I included that in here. And there's a flap on the back cover. I think there might be a flap on the front cover too. Can't remember now. I haven't bought Bella Grace in a while. But I just kept the flap on and made a pocket out of it. And then the third one that was in the pouch is this one, which is made with a Daphne's Diary cover. And this I think had the title here, so I cut this image out of the book or out of another book and glued it there. Added this little die cut doily and this Tim Holtz word. This one I did write in. At least I started it. This is from the Shabby Chic book. I love that mirror. These cards came from Daphne's Diary, I think. Or, no, they came from, yeah, is it, I don't know, whichever magazine it is that has the Paper Lovers book magazine that's really expensive. Somebody sent those to me in a Happy Mail, those cards. This is a bag, little organza bag. So it's got a pocket in the back and where the bag is. Some really cute illustration. This is just a tag with Italian dictionary piece and a little bit of napkin. Another of those tags. Mary Engelbreit card with a house on it. And I love this. This was out of a book about art journaling, drawing your life. So somebody drew that. This really neat upper part of the house with a deli underneath. Some of these cards are from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Little ballerinas there. It's a tuck spot. There's nothing in it. I had fun making these little journals. But you can't make journals with Daphne's Diary or Bella Grace or any of those magazines to sell on the using them as the cover, or probably the insides too, because it's, I mean, everything is copyrighted, but they actually told someone, asked someone to cease and desist. So we don't do that. This one is just sitting off to the side, and I think it's the only wide one I have. So it's a 12 by 12, just folded in half and then cut shorter, so it's 6 inches wide. It's got a couple of little beads on the ends of the strings. This was very recent. I made a collection of these, so I'll just go through it really quickly. It's tattered, I can't remember the name of the paper pad. Oh well. Collage tag. I remember that. I made like 4, 5 of these, and I had to make a lot of this. But they're cute. I like them. I used some of my vintage tape. Lots of stamps. Lots of collaging. Your little books, but I put a lot into them. There's some stenciling and stamping here. I put that upside down. Stamp that upside down. This is a whole collage pocket. The base is vellum. I used some of the pages from a 1935 autograph book. And I love this postcard because of the colors, so I had to keep it. It's not a postcard, it's an advertising card. Tattered Walls, I think it was called. I don't remember. I just don't remember. All right, here is another of the older ones. This is made with scrapbook paper, though, that looked like a door. I loved it. It's got a little metal book plate with the word possibility in it. I don't remember what's in here because I made it a long time ago, and I used it 2019. Oh. This was our trip to Alaska. I don't know why this is in here. Oh, I just wanted to read it. The Haunting of Hill House. It's a short story by, well, this is a condensation of the book by Shirley Jackson, and they made the movie out of it, which I liked. So that doesn't need to be in here. So this was about a trip I took with some friends to Alaska in 2019. From the Shabby Chic book. So there's quite a bit from the Shabby Chic book, like that. That. Went to Ketchikan, Juneau. We were on a cruise, but we did some inland stuff too. We ended up getting off the boat and going inland. Skagway to, used to be Mount McKinley, the tallest mountain in the U.S. or in North America, I think. Look at that. That's also from. So I didn't make this with the purpose of using it in Alaska. I think I made it long before that. I just picked it out to take because it's small. So then I just continued on with the month after we got home, I guess. Lots of images from the Shabby Chic book. This is my list of stuff I bought at the flea market on July 5th of 2019. There's a little library pocket here with nothing in it. This one was made with a file folder. It was just like this. I still have a couple of these left. I made a set of 4, I think, and sold 3. But I wanted to keep one, and I used my Tailor Made Journals stamps. Each one had a different stamp on the cover. Some loyalty stamps and a bottle cap, some fabric, and a label. All of those were on the covers of each journal. And some beads. And they're eclectic. There's a brad there. I'm trying to get it down in there. Okay, so I think that was a really cool file folder. Let's just go through the pile. These are older, so I'll do these. This one is made with a Tim Holtz paper, one of his photographs, one of his flowers, and a little bit of trim. It's already collaged for me. The vellum paper. This is Tim Holtz. Love that little lamb. These are vintage pieces. Look at that little gift tag. That's vintage too. It's a little gift seal, actually. There's a Edith Holden with color that kind of looks like the same picture, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. A reproduction card. I worked so hard to get it out because I thought it was an antique. Beautiful Edith Holden. It's a pretty simple tag. I used this in 22, so it's not that old. But it was probably on my shelf for a while before I used it. French vocabulary card there. And then this one has a rusty safety pin, a stencil that I actually had used. So it has some color on it. And I believe these are a little bit grungier. That's a simple collage on a book page pocket. The book page is mounted on cardstock, and I just sewed 2 strips of fabric and a little postage stamp. But, you know, I went back and forth, did a couple times around the paper, and did zigzag on the fabric. This is a piece of felt. Wool felt. Got more Edith Holden in here. Lots of stenciling. I love these slides because the picture, the frame, the spot for the picture is so big, and so I actually put in a color photo. I had gotten a whole bunch of photos of this lady and her dogs, her Irish setters. Most of them were black and white, but this one must have been a newer. It looks like it's from the 60s, and her red hair matches her Irish setter. That's a ink blotter. Lots of stenciling and stamping on these pages. That's a digital. Oh, this is a paper clip. It's just paper clipped on. Somebody made this and sent it to me, and I think it's pretty cool. From a children's workbook. Love this image, picking apples, but you're not supposed to drop them. Throw them to the ground when you pick them. They're going to be all bruised. Triple pockets, and I love this because it's cut from a Tim Holtz paper. All kinds of fun things stuck inside. This pocket was first used in 1972. This is from a 1950s date book, appointment book. This is a vintage tag. I used this book in 2021. Then this one is in the shabby, the pretty shabby style. And I put this brooch on it. I love that. You know, pink and blue. And it matches the pink and blue cover. This one has a pink and blue antique postcard, and someone wrote all over the front in little tiny writing. And I just think it just enhances it so much. I love it. A real letter, a vintage log paper, and digital. I bought this from Susie at Creative Cafe. I don't know when I made this. I didn't write in it. This is from a doll dress, some kind of a ruffle from a doll dress. There's a vintage Valentine there. I used a lot of pinks and blues. Some old photographs. A real check. One of those little gift cards that I really love. The kind that you stick on a package. Gift enclosure. Gift tag, whatever you call them. That's a little gift seal. Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls. This is pretty. It's a digital. Some sheer fabric overlay. Yep, this is genuine. And another picture. Another ticket that I got from Susie, Creative Cafe Girl, that's what she's called. And an envelope. I always love when I can find the envelopes with the business printing on them, and I got several of this one, but some of them were in really rough shape. I mean, this was too, but I can use them. I love it. I think because it's red and it's got that old-fashioned girl, and the stamp is red too. This is a digital check. Got another gift enclosure card here. Look at that gorgeous fabric. And this more pink and blue. It's damaged on the back. This one's genuine. Another little gift enclosure. This is a gift sticker in pink, and I put the blue behind it. This is a genuine receipt. A genuine calling card, very fragile, so I glued it down. This is a pretty journal. This is a copy of an old bookmark that I had picked up many, many years ago when my husband and I were on vacation in New England, and we went to a museum in Massachusetts. And I bought this bookmark there, and if you could see it closely, you could see all the creases. I laminated it when it got all worn out, and then before I threw it away, I made a copy of it, because it was pretty beat up. I have two more, and they're the tall ones. So I think this one was the first tall one that I made. Doesn't really matter because they're pretty close together. So this one is the Circus journal kit, and Miles Beyond the Moon was the name of the Etsy store. I'm not going to link Etsy stores in this video, but it's Miles Beyond the Moon if you wanted this really cute journal set, and it was made for this size of journal. I had fun embellishing the cover on this. Love that circus playing card. So these are embellishments from the kit. I had a lot of fun doing the bright circus colors. And then I had that little chunky circus book that had so many awesome pictures in it. This is from the kit, and I added this vintage stamp, wrapping paper, and I had some vintage circus souvenir books. And I had little bits of leftover circus paper, scrapbook paper, that I cut these from. Did some stamping. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in frame. Three little pockets with little tags and tickets inside. This is from a book about the circus. Three more pockets. This is a teacher's planning book. The pages had different colors on them. It's from an old magazine from the 1930s. I didn't want to glue this to anything because I love this picture with all the performers gathered together. It's got a snake around his neck. I will get back to making more circus journals. These are vintage stars, star stickers. because I have a lot more circus supplies. I'm just going to glue this here. Lots of little things stuck in that pocket, and then this tag. That's a fun one. And then lastly, I have this one, and this is made with an image from a Tailor Made Journals stamp. And it's attached to this ribbon and comes off. I could write something on the back of that if I want to. These are genuine vintage millinery flowers that I removed from a hat that I got at the flea market or an estate sale. These are, I think I used all Tailor Made Journal stuff in this journal. So this is one of her documents. Some netting and some pink velvet ribbon. This is one of her digitals, her stamp. So all the digitals that you see in here and all of the stamps are from Tailor Made Journals. This is one of her digitals. The vintage beauty label for lotion. She has all kinds of stuff in her shop. She has checks and papers to make pages for your journals, and photographs and calling cards and things like that, little pieces. She doesn't sell the stamps in her shop. The stamps that are in here, most of them are manufactured through Creative Expressions, but I do have some that she makes at home. She makes some herself. So all of these are little pieces that I made with her stamps. These are real calling cards, though. All of this ephemera on this is genuine. And so are those and those. She has wallpaper digitals, so I made a tag out of one, and that's one of her digitals. These are both wallpaper digitals. This one is actually my digital, but I don't sell them anymore. I don't have them in my shop, but I actually had this Victorian piece. Still have it. And I scanned it. It was in my shop for a little while. Couple of beauty labels. This is one of her digitals, Little Ladies. She has a set of, I think it's called Vintage Ladies or something like that. And it's a ton of cards like that. So that's it for the single signature journals that I have created and kept. Do you have a favorite style of these? I mean, I go from style to style. I like the shabby chic. I like the bright, but this is still kind of vintage looking. I like grungy. And I like artsy. I like so many different styles. That's why I have to have so much stuff. I have so many supplies so I can make all these styles. So I hope you enjoyed this little peek at my One Signature journals, and I'll be back next Sunday for some more because I still have more to show you. And I hope you're having a creative day. Bye.